welcome to Cosplay Stitch and Seam. I'm Panin.
I'm P-Fire.
And I'm David.
Hooray! Hey, we got it that time.
Yay!
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
See if we can get the other ones going as smoothly. If you guys would like to reach out, send us a shout out, send us a story, send us a horror story, or just say hi. You can drop us a line at cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com or
go to cosplaystitchandseam.com. You can fill out the contact form there, or
you can go to our Facebook page and like us there and our group and join us for our Work in Progress Wednesdays and all the cool, awesome people that are there.
hooray!
hooray!
And if you do like the show, you can give us a review.
Yes, give us a review. I forgot my line. Oh, I'm screwing it up already, you guys.
Sorry, David.
We almost made it. If you do enjoy the show and you're already on the internet, leave us a review on Apple Podcast or Stitcher or Podchaser or wherever else in your podcatcher that lets you leave a review. We want to hear what you're enjoying. We want to give you a shout out on the show. And if I'm missing some location, let me know. And I am more than happy to go digging for it and give you that shout out.
Hooray!
Hooray!
As you listeners may have noticed, we released our first episode of the Cosplay D&D campaign. We will be recording the next episode shortly. If you'd like to see it with video, or if you'd like to get it in advance, you can help us out on Patreon. Look for Cosplay Stitch. Any other announcements, guys?
You guys are awesome. That's my announcement.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, we've been meaning to do this episode for a while, and we have a special guest today. We'll be talking about Gijinkas and original designs and mashups and all kinds of things that inspire you to build your own unique cosplay. So today we have XAngel. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Hi, Alex from XAngel here. My pronouns are she, her, and honestly, if I'm in a costume of a different presenting gender, use those pronouns.
Nice.
Nice.
I've been cosplaying for about 10 years, but I've also had breaks from that. And very first competition piece I did was an original character take on Medusa.
Ooh.
And it was super cool. I was there for it.
Yep.
So where can we follow you online, Alex?
So you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at XAngel Design. Letter X, Angel Design. I'm not sure if it's different on Instagram, but that's the name.
Sweet.
It's
Well,
not hard to find.
why don't you
I
start
keep
us off
interrupting you, Pennon.
I know. No. Bad Mercedes.
I'm so sorry.
How dare you? Why don't you start us off, Alex, by telling us what is Gijinka?
So Gijinka is when you take something that isn't necessarily human and you make it human so that people can wear it.
Sweet.
So to clarify, if I wanted to do a Charizard cosplay, but I didn't want to actually make the entire fursuit essentially, and I wanted to make it like some cool armor thing, that would be considered Gijinka?
Yes.
Yep.
Dope.
Dope.
Totally dope.
Do you want to make an armored Charizard, David?
A little bit now that I was using as an example to help me better understand. Yes, I do actually. But,
you know who's kind of done that? Like Super has done that? Rena.
I actually saw someone did a really cool, fully armored, shiny Charizard. So it was all black and blue.
Ooh.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, I would love to do a ninja-based Charizard with the black and blue.
Ooh, I like that. So how does Gijinka differ, I guess, from original designs or mashups and things like that?
So, in my opinion, the Gijinka, and I'm struggling over that word because I've always just read it and not heard it. But it should be very clear what you're basing it off of. Say you take Wooper from Pokemon, since that's the costume design I'm working on. Wooper's got those cute little pink radio antennas.
Mhm.
You should probably include those in the Gijinka so that people can kind of see that. And the idea is that you can see the different elements that make that original character or creature and pull it out over in a new way.
Nice. I like that. I feel like original designs tend to be, I don't know, most of the ones I see lately online are like they're based on a period of history or a specific genre of fantasy or like a futuristic design or a warrior design. And then I see a ton of like Disney princess mashups or like Sailor Moon mashups or
So I would argue that the original character is something that you've created that looks like it belongs to something. Like, say you do a Twi'lek from Star Wars and you make it your own and it's not based on any one thing. That's an original character, but it's still very much Star Wars.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like creating your own character that can be part of that universe.
I like that. So what got you interested in Gijinka as opposed to like maybe trying to make a full mascot suit or something?
It actually started from I was cosplaying and I was having trouble staying in character, and I'm like, next year I'm just gonna be a Pokemon, so if people ask me a question I can just say the name. And the mascot suits did not sound appealing, and the following year was the steampunk year at Bonsai, so I did a steampunk Charmander and a steampunk Beedrill, and
Cute.
I just love the versatility of Gijinka. I can mash it up with any era I want.
Yeah.
And just have fun.
Nice. How about you guys? Have you done any Gijinka costumes?
Yes, let me tell you of all of the costumes that I've done. All of them.
Now, it took me a long time to like realize what Gijinka was because I just kind of did it and didn't know there was a name for it. Because like Raichu has always been my favorite Pokemon. And back in the day, I was like, I want to do a Raichu costume, but I want it to be kind of a person instead. So, like, I just incorporated all these, like, lightning bolts and did the ears and the tail and, you know, had the, like, thunder badge on my back and all the stuff to make people be like, it's Raichu.
Didn't you end up doing, like, a kimono, if I remember correctly?
That was another version of Raichu. That was my Samurai-Chu.
Oh,
Yeah, though, like I was actually going back and looking through all the different Gijinkas I had done in the past and different original designs, and I was surprised how many there were. I didn't realize I had, like, my friends way back in the day when the iPod came out with like all the different colors. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everyone here old enough for that. Some Japanese artist designed Gijinkas of all the different colors of iPod.
Oh my gosh.
And so my friends and I did like a whole set. And like, I don't even have an iPod, but I was like, sure, it's cute design. I will be an iPod.
That's freaking adorable. I love it.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Pokemon. You can go all out. I've heard people refer to Hetalia as like it's like Gijinka of countries, which isn't necessarily wrong. So
it explains so much about it.
That's a character I need to do. Anyone in Hetalia, probably Italy himself.
Nice. But I do see like people going back and forth on Gijinka online about whether it's better to do like a fully human interpretation or if like tails, ears, and wings and things are okay. And I'm of the opinion that any of them are fine, but I've seen that there's like purists on both sides, and I didn't even realize that was a thing when I was looking this up. But do you guys have input on that?
I don't think it matters one way or the other as long as it's done well. I try and design without any of the added stuff so that you can see how I envision it without it, because I think it's a lot easier to take that away from a design and add in the ears or the tail than it is to like, I have a tail in this design, but I don't want one.
Gotcha. So it should be still recognizable even if you take the extra pieces away.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I think I'm in like the same agreements. Like if it doesn't work with the costume, like your vision of the design, you don't have to have that. Just again, as long as you have those elements that make it recognizable, and just whatever you're passionate about putting into that design.
Mm. So on that note of like what gets you passionate about designing them, what gets you passionate about designing them? Where do you draw your ideas from, Alex?
It depends. I had to do a report in school a few years ago for The Great Gatsby, and I'm just like, well, now I have an evolution flapper line.
Oh, nice.
Oh, heck yes.
I'm actually going to be trying to upload those pictures tonight to my social media, and I want anyone to just sort of do them if they want.
Nice.
But my recent project that I've been working on is a magical girl Pokemon group with
Aww.
Pokemon that are cute, but not necessarily allowed in the cute Pokemon club.
Oh, I like that. That's
So
I
really
like
fun.
that a lot.
Like Grimer and Muck and that one Pokemon that's actually trash. Like literally it is trash.
Was it
Well, I don't-
Trubbish?
Oh my gosh, Trubbish,
Yeah.
yes.
It is Trubbish, but I meant the ones that are cute, but they're not cute enough. So like Wooper, some people think Wooper's not that cute, but I have a
Aw.
magical design that I've been working for Wooper, and I've got an entire team of them. So
Oh,
I
I'm
just-
excited.
I like finding ideas and just working off of them. Like I've been working on one since high school for Horton or for Seussical the Musical, where I cast all of the jungle creatures as Pokemon.
Nice.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
it hasn't come along because I've had to wait for Pokemon that match the characters.
Ah, yeah. No, that's really cool. Like, I like that whatever other things that you're into that are like you're passionate about, you can turn that into cosplay. Like your Gatsbys and your Seussicals, and like I would not have thought to cross over either of those things, and that's so fun.
No, it's really fun because like you can take and combine like two things that you really, really are passionate about or just very interested in, and just kind of see what happens when you mash them up. Like it's just, I don't know. I think that's really fun.
Mm.
So let's say that I'm scrolling through social feed and I follow some artist and they do their own mashup drawing, and it's like that is a cool drawing of, let's say, I don't know, we're stuck on Pokemon, so I'll say Mewtwo and Steven Universe. I don't know, throwing those two things together, and I was like, I want to do that as a cosplay. What's the rules that I have to follow here? What's the etiquette of how to best make sure that person gets the credit if I wanted to compete with it, or even just wanted to cosplay in general? How do I go about this?
Mm.
I'll jump in first if that's all right. My thing is like, when in doubt, ask first. If you're not sure, you can always ask the artist before you go to make it, and that's usually what like a lot of my friends do. Sometimes the artist will post on there, please, go ahead, make these designs, just, tag me so I can see what you've created. But when in doubt, go ahead and ask. I haven't done a Gijinka yet, but I have done like Art Nouveau mashups of like Chic and other characters and stuff like that. And I always like try to give a shout out and tag the original artists for each of those.
Yeah, like I've done that a little bit with some of the Sailor Moon ones that we did. I had a group that did like a feudal Sailor Moon that was designed by, what was her name? Rena Reve? I'm probably butchering the name. And then another group that did like a pinup Sailor Moon. And the really neat thing was with both of those sets, we made sure to like tag the original artists, and they both had posted with the works that it was, okay to cosplay. But the artists commented on both of them and were like, hey, that's really cool. So it's kind of, it's fun both ways because they get to see your work and you get to see their work. And yeah.
What about you, Alex?
What they've said, like when in doubt, ask. A lot of people will have a disclaimer. Like I have if I don't have a disclaimer, there will be one on my Pokemon designs, where basically tag me, give me credit, but go spend your own money to make this.
Nice, very good, very good. That's a fair point. I've also seen a lot more people doing like commissions for like different designs for characters or Pokemon, or like if they want to do a mashup or something, but maybe like their cosplayer isn't so good with drawing or design elements and they want someone else to do the picture before they do the work. Any thoughts on that? Advice? I usually go to like artists that I follow, but not everybody does those kind of commissions. So yeah.
So in my case, I'm still learning how to draw digitally, so it's not something I advertise I do, but it's something I'm happy to do if people contact me and like give me the specifics and stuff, and then we can decide on a rate and go from there. Like, take my Pokemon designs. If you wanted something that you could put in a portfolio for judges to look at, I would charge for the amount of time it would take for me to put that together. And I would also include flats so you can see what the clothes look like, not on a body, so that it's easier to craft from.
Yeah, for sure. Like even when I'm doing like regular cosplays that maybe only have references from a few angles, I like to redraw them as like flats like that so you can see each layer. And like, okay, under this one they're wearing this and this one they're wearing this, because it helps my brain understand how the costume goes together. So having that for like a cosplay design from an artist is so helpful.
I love drawing those. That's actually one of the things I kind of do on the side, is a bunch of drawings like that for people. Renegade always commissions me a lot for them.
Nice.
I love doing that. And I actually did a mashup for somebody once where they wanted a Officer Jenny, but done like kind of more futuristic sci-fi kind of vibes. And instead of Growlithe being like next to her, Growlithe was her weapon, her gun. Ooh. And so that was a super fun one to draw. I haven't shared it yet because I was hoping that the person who commissioned it would cosplay it first. But with all the stuff going on right now, we'll see. I might have to contact her and be like, hey, can I go ahead and share this? Because like it's super, I don't know, I'm really proud of how it turned out. I gotta toot my own horn on that one. I'm really proud of how it turned out. It was cool.
So then let me go ahead, Alex. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
I always feel bad when I don't have money to get a commission from Beefire, because it's like, this is what I want to produce and I just need one as inspiration.
Dude, I will draw you something, Alex. You're amazing. Just send me some deeds. I want to draw you something.
Yeah.
I know I've sent you some characters.
Yes, that's right. I still have to finish that whole list.
List.
Oh boy. Well, on the topic of artists, since we're giving Mercedes a big shout out, is there any other artists that you guys would recommend checking out that maybe specialize in Gijinka art or original designs? I know for a while I was following No Flutter.
Yes,
they did a whole bunch of like Sailor Moon designs, and like I don't know, they're just super pretty. So that was one of my favorites.
I like Drifting by Stars.
What did they do?
Drifting by Stars did the Art Nouveau chic that I wore.
Oh, nice.
They have a whole Art Nouveau like line of everything, and they're just all beautiful.
Yay.
And Hannah Alexander is another one too.
Oh yeah, I see a lot of her stuff.
I think, hang on, let me look it up really quick. I think she does different body types too.
Yeah,
nice.
She didn't used to, but now she's really branching out into the other body types so that you can see how it would fit on like a skinny or curvy, and it's really cool.
Yes, that is
like
her.
That.
And I absolutely love it. Like, she just released one that's, I don't know how to say the character's name. It's from Demon Slayer. It's the butterfly girl. And it's just like, it's gorgeous. And she's got like 3 different body types drawn out with different outfit designs, showing that like, I don't know, all those body types can just be beautiful. Like, I love her work so much. Like, I will push that one super hard.
I'm gonna second Hannah Alexander because I think hers is like what said, oh yeah, you can do these for other people. And that was like the epiphany for me, was seeing her stuff and seeing people cosplay it. And she does like Avatar: The Last Airbender, She-Ra, and a whole slew of other takes on characters.
Oh, I like that. One of my favorites, especially in the Pokemon genre, is Cowslip. Do you guys know that one?
I don't know that one.
They've done almost all the Pokemon in like different fancy ones. When I did that Sylveon cosplay, that was Cowslip's design. But yeah, they have like just these really intense fun, and they're like very fashion based. So they have like Muck and Grimer and stuff, and they look like runway outfits, and they're super cool. So I definitely recommend checking out Cowslip.
How is that spelled?
Like cow, COW, and slip, like you slipped on a banana, SLIP.
I think I just found them on Instagram. I'm not.
Yeah. They're one of the only artists I've seen do like almost the entire set of Pokemon. There's so many designs from them. So there's just like I actually, when I did my Samurai Chew, I took elements from the Cowslip design, but
Samurai Chew, that's amazing.
Well, like I wanted elements from their design of Raichu, but they had done the female version, and I wanted to do a male version of Raichu. So I changed it to be like a little bit more masculine. And then with the Sylveon, they actually did a male version of Sylveon, and I turned it into a female version of Sylveon. So
cool.
Yeah, I really liked playing with all the fun fashion elements with their work.
That's super cool.
Yeah. I know there's one, is it Sunset Shimmer, Sunset Dragon, something like that? That does a lot of works.
I know Sunset Shimmer from My Little Pony. I have designed a few costumes for that.
It might be Sunset Dragon.
Okay, I was like,
I was getting confused with the My Little Pony. I'm sorry.
Oh wow, yeah, her stuff's great. Their stuff's great.
Yeah, I remember when I think this big like D&D like armored Evolution set came out. A whole bunch of people were jumping on board with that, and they're such fun designs. Like I really love their work.
Oh my gosh, her Glimmer design.
And I think she does like a Patreon where you can get like advanced like copies of the designs or full turnarounds and things like that. And so I love being able to like support the artists and also have cool inspirations for costumes.
Oh, these are amazing.
Yeah.
Well, okay. The Glimmer design. I'm just scroll.
Yep.
That's what I'd be doing.
Can I ask a question about if you are the artist in this situation, right? And you've commissioned the artist to draw and make something specific that has not been done before. As the artist, do you know like what the general rule of thumb is of posting the image? Like Mercedes, you said earlier of like you're waiting for them to do the actual cosplay. Is that just a general courtesy that you're doing, or is that an agreement? Like how does that work?
I'm doing it as a general courtesy because we actually didn't talk about it about sharing the image, and at the time it was going to be something that this person was going to come out with very quickly, and I personally wanted to release the image with her costume, with photos of her costume, because I thought that would be really cool to have it side by side, because I haven't done that yet. And so that was really that. But I know that next time I do something like this, I'm actually going to wait. Well, not wait. I'm going to talk to them first and see what they want as far as that goes. It's like, okay, how exclusive do you want this to be? Do you want to build the costume first before we release it? How long is that going to take? Do we want to have like a wait period of like, okay, you haven't made the costume in 6 months. May I go ahead and release the image anyways? Just like you can discuss it together as, you know, to figure out what that is between the two of you. And like, you could even have a thing set aside beforehand of like, this is me as the artist. Here's my deal on that. I release the image after so long, or I release it right away, regardless, or it becomes part of my upload schedule or something like that. You can always have like your own, this is how I, the artist, work. And so if you're commissioning something, you know. So
yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen both sides of it, where it's like they'll do a design that's posted publicly for everyone. And then I've also known cosplayers who have commissioned that, like, they want to be the only one that does that design. So they're paying for like a private commission, and the price may be different for them not to release the details of that sketch. So just make sure when you're commissioning an artist that they know how private the commission is, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like, that's something you might want to discuss, you know, before payments are made, before you get started on making the costume or making the artwork, either direction there.
Yeah, agreed. Like, I have design first in front of cosplay in my social media, because that's where I feel my strength is. So for me, it would be a lot hard. You'd have to pay a lot more for me to keep something private, since that's my portfolio.
Right. That makes sense. I know with, like, when I have done like crossover designs or mashups or whatever, or even Pokemon Gijinka, and I've done like full artwork of the turnarounds and things like that, I'll usually wait until I've actually finished the costume, and then I'll post the work and be like, if anyone else wants to, they're welcome to like play with this design. But maybe I'm a little greedy and I want to be the one to first post it with my costume.
Which is perfectly fine. I wanted to do that with my flapper collection, but it's been 2 years since I've designed it, and I just want to see them made now.
Yeah. That's very cool. So from a competition standpoint, I thought this would be an interesting thing to talk about. Have you guys entered Gijinka into, or original designs or mashups and things, into a cosplay competition? And if so, how has like your judging and preparing to present that been different from cosplaying like a canon character?
I was going to say, I just did this recently with Chic. With Art Nouveau Chic. I just, my preparation for it is that, like, I still put my all into it as I would for, you know, a regular video game character. I just put it into this original gorgeous design that I fell in love with. And Drifting by Stars, you can actually get, she has a special purchase that you can do to get layers of the costume.
Ooh, nice.
And like how it gets put together. So I had that as part of my documentation, but also made it very clear it's not something that's to be released publicly, and, you know, had to make sure that I got all that back, so that, because it is something that she makes money from, you know, I don't want to release that out for everybody else. That would be what we would call a dick move. But I had that as part of it, and explained to the judges, because there were some design changes that I kind of switched around. I made it lace up the back instead of how her original design had it, because I just felt more comfortable with it lacing up the back, and I thought it would tie more into the ties all over her costume. But like, I came to, this is what the costume looks like. Here's the references from the original artist, and then here's my interpretation on what those materials and fabrics are. I just kind of like went in that way. It's like, okay, this character is normally has, you know, light leather armor, so I added leather into it, and, you know, just kind of kept all of that in mind as I did my material and fabric choices. And I don't know. I guess it didn't really feel too much different, like, than a normal, you know, picking a character from a video game or something.
How about you, Alex?
So I've only competed once with an original character, and it was the Medusa we've talked about. And there was a lot of poor planning on that one, and a lot of things that just didn't work out right. So I ended up having to scrap everything that matched my original design. So I didn't have a lot of good pictures to show the judges, and I didn't know that documentation was a thing because it was my very first cosplay contest.
Oh, yeah.
So I ended up showing them a picture of the snakes I used as inspiration for the color on my phone, which was tiny. And,
Nice.
and, you know, I could have done it better, but the only like full color rendering I had done had a snake body, which was probably too ambitious for like my first contest, but oh well. So I didn't have something for them to look at and determine how good a job I did.
Yeah, I would say like whenever I've judged for contests that allow for original designs or Gijinkas, that's one of the hardest things is to judge the accuracy of it. So being able to bring in like designs or turnarounds or colors or even like swatches that inspired you. I had one person bring in like, it was almost like a mood, like a mood board that they put together and been like, this is my inspiration for this. Cause they were like, well, I'm not good at sketching, but it's like this era. And I took elements from this costume and this style and this. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see, you know, what brought about this interpretation. Whereas sometimes it's hard when they just show up and you don't know what they were inspired by. You don't know what they were trying to achieve. So giving them a score for accuracy is really difficult. So I guess from the judging perspective, I would say make sure that you have just the same amount of references you would try to give if you were doing it for a canon character. Like, even if you're drawing them yourself, it doesn't matter as long as you have like what you were going for is super helpful.
So one thing I've been doing with my more current Gijinka designs is I draw or I have a picture of what it's based on in the upper right corner. And then I have my front and my back, and then any other small details enlarged so that they can see where I've pulled it from. And then I can explain further. But like that mood board idea you brought up is, I think, a good part of research if you're doing a Gijinka or even an original character, because then you can see this is the parameters I need to build it in. What do I need to do to make it look that way?
For sure. And like with my Samurai Chu, when I entered it at Anime Los Angeles, one of the things I wanted to be prepared to talk about when I went into judging was why I made certain design decisions as opposed to other ones. So like I wanted to be able to talk like, this is why I cut the kimono this way, and this is why I did this specific makeup style, and this is why I styled the pants this way, and this is the style of shoes, because, you know, the more you look like you've thought it through, the more impressed I feel like the judges will be, because it's making conscious decisions rather than just going, well, I know how to make this and I threw it all together. So. Yeah,
I definitely recommend people becoming a temporary expert in the genre or era of costume you're making.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Temporary expert.
Like, you don't need to remember it.
I like that. So Alex, what's your favorite Gijinka that you've done?
My favorite one that I have worn is probably my steampunk Charmander. Mm-hmm. Pretty simple design, but I felt really cute wearing it, and I had a tail that I could bring up over the side of my shoulder with a fishing wire, so it could kind of move around and stuff, and I just had a lot of fun making it, and I feel like it turned out well.
Nice.
My next project is going to be a Flapper Vaporeon.
Oh, that'll be so cute.
Oh, cute.
And I'm really excited to do that one, but I'm also like really scared because I've drawn a lot of beads.
Oh. You may have doomed yourself.
Maybe. But I have definitely that.
Yeah, I have definitely done like too ambitious of drawings before where I'm like, I'm totally going to make this, and then it just sits in my sketchbook. I'm like, oh, someday I will.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the idea is that I will have enough money to make it in the coming year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that beads get expensive.
Yep, I've been looking at bulk suppliers and stuff. And so, when you're doing a mashup, look to the people who recreate those things regularly to see where they're getting their sources.
Ooh, that's smart
that's
too.
really
I like
clever.
that advice.
I love that.
Very good. The end of my list of questions. Do you guys want to add any?
So I don't know if you guys follow Kamui.
Oh, yeah.
And her work.
Yeah.
But she's doing this mashup between Diablo and Overwatch.
Oh.
Gijinka or no Gijinka?
I would put that under the mashup category.
But not Gijinka. Okay.
Is it an animal character or
They're one's a demon.
The way I've understood this costume, because it's been really fun to watch this build, is that it's the character Brigitte from Overwatch if she had a demon Diablo skin.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So no Gijinka.
Yeah,
No.
in my opinion.
Mashup. Classifications are very important, David.
That's why I'm asking. I'm legitimately curious. So what about Lieutenant Hops from Zootopia, where people put on like rabbit ears and the police outfit and then like a rabbit tail? Gijinka?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm the noob.
No. Well, I've seen people do Officer Hops with the ears and without the ears. I've seen them do like a grayish wig and pigtails in place of ears. So like it's fun to see how people will interpret different aspects of the character.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like the costume I'm working on right now is also a rabbit, but it's a really cute outfit without the white fur and tail and ears. So I could wear it both ways and still be recognized, but it's more the Gijinka when I've got all of the animal elements, because that's what makes her non-human.
Okay.
I see. Awesome. Well, Alex, do you want to one more time tell us where people can find you online?
You can find me at XAngel Design on Facebook and Instagram.
Sweet. Do we have any horror stories, Mercedes?
I have been saving one since this podcast started.
Ooh.
So it's kind of long because it impacts 2 costumes.
Okay.
So this was the steampunk era anime bonsai, and I did my my steampunk Beedrill and my steampunk Charmander. And Charmander was more of a let's source things and modify it so I can do this. And Beedrill was one of my more ambitious builds at the beginning. I used a zigzag stitch, and in places there shouldn't have been zigzag stitches. I never actually got a waistband in the pants. I just ended up wearing them a different day. But I got a wig, and it wasn't yellow enough. So I spray painted it.
Oh, no.
And what's worse is I left it to dry on the spray can instead of on a human form.
Oh, no.
So I get out the next day to look at this wig, and it's just a crusty mess of what might have been hair.
Oh, no.
So instead, I got this body and hair glitter spray, and I coated my hair with it. It was a gold glitter, and my hair was fire engine red because I used to dye my hair red, and like, this will be perfect for Charmander. Then I'll wear a wig for Beedrill. So I coated my hair in all of this glitter, and Beedrill went fairly well. And then the next day, I was Charmander, and I still had a bunch of glitter in my hair after a shower with like 3 to 7 times shampooing and washing my hair. There was still glitter in my hair.
Oh, wow.
I had people recognize me the next day because of the glitter in my hair. But that's not the true horror of this story.
Oh, there's more?
Oh, wow.
The true horror of this story is one of the pieces of glitter fused to a contact lens.
No.
So, and when you're using glitter for makeup, get the makeup grade. It's small enough it will not irritate your eyes. This was spray glitter bought from a party shop, so it was big.
No.
And
no.
I was talking to someone at lunch, and I just started crying. And they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think I don't think I need to cry. I think there's something in my eye." So I ended up in the women's restroom with a much older man helping me figure out my contact lens situation at a nearby restaurant. And then
man.
we found out it was just fused to like not quite the middle, but just not like that spot in between the middle and the edge of the contact.
Oh, geez.
So I ditched my contacts, and I had to have my mom bring me my glasses so I could see for the rest of the con.
Ouch.
So, yeah, that's the horror story I have been saving to tell in person.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
Good one.
Yeah.
So, glitter, guys.
Glitter and eyeballs don't mix.
Yeah.
Also, figure out your hair options so you don't have to mix glitter and eyeballs.
Well, if you guys have a horror story you'd like to share with us, feel free to send it our way at cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com or
go to the website, cosplaystitchandseam.com, fill out the contact form, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. I did great on that one.
There you go. Or you could also go to our Facebook page, send us a message there. You can also join our group where we have our Work in Progress Wednesdays, and everyone gets to share what they're currently working on. And if you're on the internet already and leaving us a horror story or a happy story or anything along those lines, feel free to leave us a review on Apple Podcast or Stitcher or wherever. We would love to hear what you have to say. And again, if you're still on the internet, we've got a Patreon now, and we're playing D&D. What's the link for it?
The link for it is Cosplay Stitch.
Awesome.
Woo! We've got 2 tiers, beginner and master tier. Beginner tier is that you can just send us a thank you each month, and we will give you guys a shout out on the episode in return. That's only the base $3 a month. And then if you want to do $5 a month, you get to watch us play D&D with cosplay themes. Video wise. Otherwise, the episodes for those come out a month after and no video, right? Yeah, okay.
Yep,
I
just the
remembered
audio.
right. Yes. So there you go.
Yeah. As always, thank you to Macy Roberts for the use of her music in our theme song, and David Jeffress for his excellent editing. How are your podcasts going?
Oh, they're going just fine. We just finished recording for The Vision by Tom King, which is, again, like, I've determined that the subtitle for it is, what if Skynet wanted to become a dad? And that's the best way I can really put it. Vision becomes a father. And it's terrifying, and it's cool.
Nice.
So we do that on Comic Trades Monthly. That should be coming out soon. Dungeons and Chill is on season break for right now, as we are starting to work our way towards our Curse of Strahd game.
Ooh.
It's going to be very exciting, and I'm very anxious because I've never played Curse of Strahd before, and DMing it's a lot. So yeah, go over there, go check those out.
Yay!
Woo!
Well, thank you guys. We love you. Thank you, Alex, for being here. Remember to be awesome to each other. Be the positive change you want to see in your community. We love you guys. We are so appreciative of your support and supporting each other in our Facebook group. So thank you guys so much. And
Stay safe. We love
stay
you.
safe. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.